we got a bunch of treasure in the last game.
We did.
Yes.
I have notes.
We are on and we are live. Please, thank you for understanding the technical difficulties that the guy who runs a technology company couldn't figure out. So, my name's Michael Cremeen, and I am the Dungeon Master for this motley crew of players. And we're going to start with introductions. Hey, with a triumphant return, let's go right to left today. Rob, welcome and tell us about your character, Gust.
Hello, I got myself an edge and Aussie. I am quite good at hitting things. I'm a barbarian, but a little dash of warlock. So I make things explode and I hit them hard.
But how many
That's
times?
a good thing. How many times? Roger, tell us about your character, Ridley.
I play Ridley Quinn, the Shadar-kai phantom rogue emo elf who can teleport and pass through walls and stab things 2 times
Okay.
with sneaky snacks.
Some people call it sneak attack, but yeah, if you need to, we'll have to put up a glossary for people to understand what we're talking about sometimes. Mandy, what's an Oobleck?
Hello. Well, Oobleck is a plasmoid warlock. He's one of many great creatures out in the greater space. And yeah, he's a chaos gremlin, really. Sums him up.
A chaos gremlin. Okay, quite a statement.
That's a perfect description.
Colin, what's an Arthur?
Yeah, so I play Arthur, a tiefling bard with, after level 14, 1 or 2 deadly fingers. Yeah, he's a lover, not a fighter, which is why he has to take a special interest in taking fighting spells.
Got it. And last but certainly not least, Matt, what's a Rockham?
Well, Rockham is an autonome artificer armorer subclass, and he is just a little guy making his way in the big, wide world of spell space or whatever, the astral plane.
All right. Well, let's do a short recap. In our last episode, the party had a wonderful time going and wrapping up the lair with various monsters, but mostly mind flayers, have defeated not only the Guardian, who had a lot of tentacles to shoot at you, but never quite got to do so. Some of the highlights were pretty amazing. A lightning spell cast inside the liquid that was encasing the Elder Brain. You have been sent by Eliant, the ancient lunar dragon, which I guess you may be going back to visit today, to kill Vibesi. That was the name of the Elder Brain in the Mind Flayer base. So finding after we looked at the entire thing, you took the very longest route to get to where you had to go. But as a result, you cleared out so many things and you found some interesting artifacts that had been left in the lair. So you are back on your ship and you are headed back toward Gillen, which is the home of Eliant, the ancient lunar dragon, with whom you made a pact, which you hope he will honor, to bring that brain stem back to him to prove that he may go back to that planet was his home until the Mind Flayers came, and that was the one thing that Lunar Dragon couldn't prevent is that kind of energy from an Elder Brain in the Mind Flayer. We learned a couple things also. There's been anytime there seems to be psychic activity or telepathic connection because of reasons we don't know yet, Oobleck has been able to tune into that and be able to pick up on any kind of telepathic communications. Um, it's not global, obviously, because you would go insane, but it's very
It's like
local.
my own little radio station.
That appears to be localized, and the battle was pretty interesting that you guys had, and now you are on your ship. Ublek was reacquainted with Hammy, um, the giant space hamster, which you rescued and befriended on a previous journey. So you are on your ship. The crew has served up amazing food for you. If you haven't done so, take a long rest. While you are conversing about what you're going to do, who do I need to re-import since some of you weren't able to access your Foundry to do your characters?
I
I-
import.
Yeah,
Fine.
I need an import as well.
Okay, Gust and whom else?
Rock'em.
Okay, sounds
Sure.
good.
And Arthur.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that while you guys are. And I'll also update the slides on the screens that the people are looking at because you are 14 now. So
Yay.
I'll update that next week.
We're chugging along.
So anything you you had some loot, and do you want to converse who has what, or you just already split it up?
I think we split it up
Split it
last.
up last time, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's
I
see.
got
Rockham got the Gauntlets of Ogre Power. Arthur got the Wand of Web. Who got the Cittern? McFermid Cittern gave it to Arthur, and then Oob got the Tan Bag of Tricks. Ridley
Yes.
got a Wand of Lightning Bolts, and Gus rolled for Treasure
Mhm.
and got the 400 platinum pieces and a robe of scintillating colors.
And that some of that is it's still in the chat if you need to scroll up and add that to your inventory.
Oh, that I didn't do. Robeson's Waiting Colors. Guess I can add that.
And there was also Gus got the Blessing of Valhalla, so he doesn't need the horn
Actually,
to
it
summon
was
the berserkers.
it was a blessing. So the horn you could sell or do something else with. The trip back to Gillen will it's going to take you a day, so you guys can all do a long rest if you need to or want to. I know you've leveled, but those of you that leveled last time, make sure to do a long rest. And who has the sending stone with Celesto?
I think it Rockham keeps the
I
same.
was gonna say that'd be my best guess.
I do.
So you receive a message from the other end of that pair. We have discovered a possible location of where Pophonos has run to. But I
Oh.
don't think we're going to like that. We might need to lure him out. It's very, very dangerous. Have you been to hell?
No.
Well,
So,
I mean,
hell,
And so
I did.
only Rockham hears this, but
oh,
we have said it is canon that unless the recipient of that sending wants to alter it or doesn't want to translate it, that you can tell people what you just heard.
Yeah, I was gonna tell them what I heard.
So you may reply because you were the recipient. You have 25 words to reply if you want to before the next day.
So has anyone been to hell?
I mean, I did date a mermaid.
Oh my goodness.
I'm not gonna ask what that has to do with hell, but yeah.
You didn't meet her.
It was before Uber time.
I've never been there, but I do love to travel. Maybe they have good local cuisine.
Very spicy foods. I mean,
Yeah.
you know.
Very
Um,
spicy foods.
Good grilling too, I bet.
Mm.
So I'm going
Yeah.
to I'm going to reply to Celesto and basically say, can't say we have. Do you think we should pack short?
That's great.
I have heard that hell is nice this time of year from my friends.
Oh yeah.
And then how
Nice
would
this
we
time of year?
how would we
Being
lure
friendly
him
with
out?
Well, he's
Well, the
that's
next
all
day
that's
he'll
all he
have
has
to
to
reply.
say for today.
Oh, stupid, check my toes. Never given enough information.
TTYL, bestie. Hey, bye. All right. Well, there's that. We're still heading towards the lunar dragon.
Yep, I mean, I think turning in our quest is probably highest on our list, right?
Yeah, we got that whole city to go to.
I don't think we want to carry around that brainstem for too long. I think it would stink.
It's already
Probably already
starting to
does.
smell a bit.
Yeah.
Crusty almonds.
Crusty almond.
Ew. That's disgusting.
I want one of the two dragons to die.
Because I'm an air genasi, do I always smell like Febreze?
Maybe
Good
when it's
question.
when it's like warm out.
Not when I cast prestidigitation, you don't.
Eh, actually, that's my brush, so I'm gonna upload. He's Febreze.
I feel like Rockham always kind of smells like the area right outside of a Pet Boys.
Yeah, I was thinking WD-40.
Oh wait, no, never mind. He has this spoon that makes him smell like sandalwood. That's right.
Oh,
He has a sandalwood spoon. Spoon to wood.
I was
It's
thinking one
actually-
of those places in the mall that smells like teenagers.
Hot Topic?
No. It's
Spencer's
another
Gift?
one. It's just a clothing. It's
Hollister.
like, there you go.
Abercrombie,
Yeah.
American Eagle, all those.
I think
Figure
that
that,
Hollister is the one that normally has that perfume.
Right.
Hollister
Yeah, it's like
and
they
Abercrombie.
pump that out into the hallways.
Which one had the shirtless teenage boy?
Abercrombie.
And no one thought that was weird?
Oh, there's a whole documentary on Netflix about that.
I think that was it shirtless teenagers or was it
Mhm.
like? I
Yeah,
always thought they hired actual men.
that looked like teenagers.
Well,
Well, I
that may
mean,
be the
think
truth.
about
I
the.
don't know.
Well, let's just
Think
say
about
they
the
were
odds,
legally
though,
old
like-
enough.
No, they weren't.
They weren't?
All
There's
the
a whole
movies
Netflix
had adult
documentary about
content.
it.
I mean, not surprising, but
I always
also the
figured that
early
Ridley.
2000s.
I always figured that Ridley would smell like Axe body spray.
Oh, yeah.
And depression.
So angsty.
Yeah, right. Cinnamon
Body
Axe
spray and
spray.
depression.
Aw.
Colin smells like patchouli, or not Colin. Arthur smells like patchouli.
Arthur.
Yeah, that's probably all right.
All right, so
Actually,
on the airship,
Ridley
Ridley
fuck
probably
it up.
smells more like Drakkar Noir.
Yeah,
Ooh, smells like Clark.
Arthur's got a little bit of a campfire smell too, for
Oh
sure.
yes, that's nice.
I figured Oops smelled like Gak.
ooh,
Like yeah, the like
Rob, you're
slimy
breaking up
stuff.
and you're not on camera, so I can. whatever you just said, I couldn't really hear it. It was breaking up a bit.
Smells like yak.
Yak splat.
All right. So, Mr. DM, when are we landing?
Well, there. I need who's piloting? Gus is piloting, right? Or are you?
Yeah, I can
In
roll
space,
for you.
Rockham would be piloting.
That is true. There's no reason for me to pilot Rockham.
I'm hearing some.
Yeah, Robbie, you're breaking up a little bit.
You're
You might be
crackly.
too far away.
I'll move in 1 second.
No problem. Okay, so roll a d20.
Oh,
Rockham, the pilot.
13.
Okay, you have and before you Oob, you get a eerie feeling,
Ooh.
and you hear. Is this no? There's no languages, but off of the port, you the hamster starts acting. Hamiak starts acting really weird, and in the distance, this is what you see. He's not attacking.
Very
Space fish.
Yuck. Ew. Okay.
That's pretty awesome.
And we're flying, right? Or are we sailing?
It is to give you a perspective, it is a little larger than your it's about as large as your ship.
Oh, nice. Big spaceship. Space fish.
And you see one he's basically just flying somewhere. His
Okay.
movement is a little much like a whale, as it would be swimming.
Very cool.
But it looks over at your ship. Its eye lights up, and it scans the ship, and it just keeps and it looks the direction it's going and just continues onward.
Oob waves at it.
Oh, Lord.
It's just a friendly wave. I'm not instigating anything.
Should have brought more fish pole. Did you guys know about space fishies?
I would imagine Oob would be familiar with them.
What could we eat
I'm
some?
gonna say yes.
Roll the actually, Oob, you might. And who else? I think maybe mainly Oob might have heard of this. So give me a Arcana or Nature check, whichever is more appropriate for you.
Yeah, that was a nice little roll at the
Heck
end.
yeah.
Nice.
You
I
tell
definitely know these guys.
you tell everyone you're lucky it didn't find it must have already eaten, or it has interest in something else. That is a void scover. It is a monstrosity that is known to swallow things whole, and they
And a
digest.
delicacy on some planets.
It is so they're kind of like space sharks, and they feed on whatever they can fit, but they sometimes they sometimes follow ships, as well as like it's like a remora in a way, but you also remember this is the size of a remora compared to things it follows and feeds on.
Huh.
So
So-
if this is a remora, the shark, which you can't remember the name of, but this is you point out this is not the biggest thing out here.
Oh, there's
Well, there's always
always
a bigger
a
fish.
bigger fish. Well, hello
That would
there.
be a lot of sushi.
It would.
The Zephyrus and a few other people rush down into the galley and they come up on deck and they throw a few things overboard.
Oh.
Two of which
Okay.
are expired and moldy cheese, and some let's just say in space there isn't plumbing, so a huge bucket of
Waste.
leftovers.
Like a chamber pot.
Yeah, a large bucket, and they throw them overboard, and then they make a symbol, which is more like they hold their hand here, and then they hold it to their chest. It's just 1, 2.
Well, y'all could have left me the cheese.
In space. No one
Oh,
can
Oop,
smell
that's
your
like stinky
cheese.
cheese.
I'm sorry, but when you see one void scabber, there might be others, and we don't want them. We want them feeding off of our debris, not off of us.
Noted.
Are they able to throw it outside of our air envelope?
They can.
So they want the sharks to eat debris. The old cheese.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was a good one. That
So
was a good one.
and
Debris.
also
Debris.
since you guys spotted that, only you and Zephyrus and one of the crew spotted this, so I need to roll something. Wisdom saving. Okay. So, Zephyrus, who threw this stuff over, he just looks horrified. He's like, "You've never been on a ship when they decided to eat you."
Nope.
And he kind of like
Can't say that I have.
he walks off, kind of talking to himself, and like, I can't go. No, I don't. Stupid.
Man, that guy has some stories, I bet.
I need to sleep. So
Huh.
he's freaked out.
Interesting. He's a little frazzled.
Meanwhile, Rockham
I get the
has
wrench.
realized you're nearing Gillen, and so because of the nature of what you're doing, you're not going to land the whole ship because there's water around the outside, but the only water is it's nowhere near.
Yeah, we're gonna use the landing craft.
Yeah, I think that's the path that you guys chose last time. You could definitely land the whole ship if you wanted to, on land or in the ocean. So it's an option.
I think we like using the landing ship.
Okay. Note to self: I need to make a token of your ship, of your landing craft, because you haven't seen your landing craft yet. But you actually have. It's in the storage. There's actually a door that opens, and the landing craft can go. So I'm going to put the landing craft in your storage, because you have multiple levels on the ship. You guys have wandered around, like. So in the storeroom, you actually can run down there, and on the side of the ship opens, and you guys can you have to pop the seals because this is also a seagoing vessel. And you are able to fly down to Gillen. Are you going? I assume you're going to the same area that you landed in before.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, Michael,
Rinse
my
and repeat.
import didn't seem to take. If you could try again.
Sure.
I think it only updated my hit point.
Oh, beautiful.
You guys have been here before.
Yeah, but I personally haven't seen it. And I was on for that episode.
So
Yeah, that was the episode that Mandy was out.
Oh, I forgot. Okay, so short recap for one of our players. When we landed here, you noticed if you zoom in on your map, there is some interesting fauna that will look very similar to you at a much smaller scale than on Oob.
I love interesting fauna.
Yeah, remember the
Yeah.
purple and green plants that you had large, your home plants and the pods?
Yes.
And the spawning pods. This is so when you landed, you landed in a clearing and you walked through some woods, feeling like someone was watching you, and they were because you have these woads made out of wood who are like small tree ants.
Yeah.
Right. But they actually have like they can turn their bark into like a shield, and then they can use their bark as a sword. They've been guarding this cave, and when you were here for the interface with the dragon, were you not?
Mm-hmm.
So this is the above that, and there was a journey to get to this point. I won't make you wander through the whole thing, but the wood creatures walk up to you and they look at Colin, and they look at Arthur, and they start making those symbols.
Yeah. Arthur starts acting out like we left, and then we came back and turns to Oob and says, "These guys love charades."
Well, they so we have established when there was talk to creatures that he actually invented a new language called PSL. It's plant sign language.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
He's an early adopter.
Oop looks back and forth between Arthur and the plants, and he just starts like doing weird things, trying to communicate, just having no clue what's going on.
Right.
Arthur signs this fucking guy. Doesn't speak our language.
And they it takes a little while, but you learn that they have been suffering more burns of the foliage skirting further around, and it's they've heard some rumblings from underground of late.
Oh.
Perfect. Arthur signs back. No worries. We got you. We'll take care of it. And then motions for the party like, let's roll. We out.
I would love to see your image for brainstem.
I don't know how I would send that.
Now we were given 20 days to complete this mission by the dragon.
It's been
Yep.
with the travel and the it's been only like 10 days total.
Yeah.
Okay.
We like
It's like
rolled this quest.
yeah, half of that. I mean, it took you a while to find the planet, then figure out a way in. The combat itself was only like 5 or 10 minutes total, but the exploration and the search.
So she
plus-
should be impressed with us.
Well, there's only one way to find out. So the plants clear away from the entrance. Are you going through the back entrance they did before, or the front of the cave?
You think we should go in the front if he's expecting us?
Right, we're
Whichever
invited.
is easier.
Yes, that's fine.
Yeah, we are.
Okay.
Of note, this dragon fucking hates me. So
So you'll stay in the back.
yeah.
Now,
that
in my
may,
notes,
that may
the
be
dragon
right.
is a female.
So, yeah, you. I'm going to move your tokens. To the main entrance. And you see out of the corner of your eye, especially Arthur, has a you notice that there's some wind moving around in the corners. And Oob and Arthur, you both recognize this as an elemental.
As a what? Say that again.
An air
Wouldn't
elemental.
Gus recognize that too?
Oh.
Since he's an Air Genasi?
Yeah, but I'm saying that Gus, where you're standing, you don't really
Mhm.
see them as you're coming in, but you both recognize that you see some movement, just kind of like out of the corner of your eye, something shifts and moves, but they're gone, and you know there are air elementals about.
Ah.
So
Interesting.
Father?
We know
Um,
that Boop can
yeah,
talk to him.
I'll tell the party
Yeah.
that we see air elementals.
I do my own hand gestures if I see one.
Yeah.
Do y'all know my boy Aaron?
Yeah, but to say we didn't bring the fish.
One actually comes out into your field of view, Arthur, and it looks at you.
Oh. What up?
Oop. Is that one of your friends?
Ooh. I can't talk to this guy, but he's giving me side eye.
I'm friendly with everyone.
Do air
I'll give it a
elementals have
shot.
side-eye?
Yeah. Use your brain thing.
It
Okay.
just sort of rotates around.
Hello. Nice to meet you. I'm Oob.
It looks around and looks at your good friend, who this thing is massive. The head sticks around and goes, "Oh, I thought I smelled something. Somebody should have bathed before coming into my presence."
That one might be me, sorry.
We can't hear that, right? Just you?
No, the dragon is talking to you.
Oh, okay. I thought that was maybe just in her head.
Hello.
Hey,
We're back.
we've returned. Look. Go ahead.
Oh, do we have the jar for the mayonnaise?
I produce it like I got a jar of dirt, so.
Okay, so I create using the alchemy jug, a bunch of mayonnaise to give to the dragon as a show of diplomacy. As is apparently our custom. That's a lot.
Yep.
Isn't that like a gallon of mayonnaise?
Yes, it is like a gallon.
So much mayonnaise. Oh my god.
Mayonnaise is delicious, okay, I'll have you know. Said by
Especially if
Oob,
it's-
not by Mandy.
Especially if it's Duke's.
Mhm.
Or Cupid.
Cupie, yes.
I feel like oob would be a Kewpie mayonnaise kind of oob.
Because Kewpie
Absolutely.
tastes like egg salad already.
It has so much yolk in it. It's yolk. Let's wait.
It's smelling the air. It goes, oh, someone has become more wealthy.
Well,
Oh yeah. Look,
We,
we kinda rich.
we do what we're told,
We're
and
kind of
it's
a big deal.
lucrative.
Arthur's gonna say, "Excuse me, I will be right back. I'm getting a call on the other line," and walk out of the cave and cast Barkskin on himself, and then walk back in.
Who can understand the dragon?
We all can,
You all can.
I think.
He's speaking.
Okay,
he
speaking in
speaks-
common?
He speaks common as well. Yes.
What is
Yep.
Barkskin?
Oh,
So
I'm gonna guess that was stone skin.
It gets in dry skin.
Barkskin.
did you manage to bring what I asked?
Yep.
Are you going to hold up your end of the bargain?
The fact that
Really
you would
spicy.
question me
Are you gonna try your mayonnaise?
I question everyone.
is extremely upsetting. Did you bring Bessie or not? Or shall we have a little bit of a conversation about
We brought
how
the goods.
long you have to live?
It's
We
all
brought
good.
the bit of this the Bessie that you asked for.
Yes.
Fine. Well, bring it forth. Who's going to present this to me?
I vote Rockham.
I can do it. And he just kind of reaches into the bag of holding that Ridley's holding and yanks out the brainstem and kind of just like
Oh.
drags it along the ground
Ah,
like a kid with a
Bravo,
stick.
with dignity.
With what now? Oh. Then he did
Your
an effort of
capability for such a little bite-sized creature is better than I would have anticipated. I didn't think I would hear from you at all, and I thought I would make some good child-boiled wood out of the rest of the forest. It would take so long to make this whole world my home, though. I loved Aristes was such a good planet.
Well, good, because we didn't blow it up.
Bathed in the sky was perfect.
It's still there waiting for you.
Yep.
I don't know if the sky is a substitute for a bath.
Hey, listen.
I'm
It's a
not
cultural
trying
thing, I'm
to
sure.
be
Okay.
humorous. Was that a metal joke?
A metal joke.
Are you not made of metal?
Yeah, but jokes aren't made of metal.
I wonder what you would sell for on the open market. Anyway,
Probably a lot because, he's sentient.
Sir, I am priceless.
so you bring up. Go ahead and I'll unpause. You can go ahead and bring up the brainstem.
So he kind of just
And I'm not going to put them all there, but basically, out of the sides, you see some very interested. They're looking at this brainstem, and you hear psychically, Oob says, "We don't get to eat them, right? They did the thing." And here's back, "We'll see, but I think we might put them to other tasks and let them live for now." So, and out loud he goes, "So, you have met your end of the bargain. I accept your offering. And am I to assume, though, that Aristes is clean of the foul creatures?
I mean,
Oh,
we gave them all a good pummel.
I believe so. Yeah.
We killed everyone that we found.
yeah, I kind of had like a
Is
really
that
awesome
true? Because
extreme.
I smell some of the gith odor upon you. So you did
Well, yeah,
not
they're not
clear
on the planet
whole...
anymore.
Excuse me?
Did we take the widow? Oh no, we didn't. Well, we killed the
I would
mind
like to point
flayers.
out, none of you have bathed in a very long time.
Oh yeah.
Oops, don't bathe. We
Yeah,
don't have skin.
You don't smell, and neither does Rockham, but everyone else that has, like, skin...
It's stinky.
I prefer the term ripe.
I keep mine completely trapped in my trench coat. No one can tell.
And then
In my
you,
mind.
We can
if you
tell.
want to
We can tell them.
incapacitate someone, you just give them a good walk.
Instead of a coat of flashing, it's a coat of stinking. Smell my Drakkar.
I turn to Rockham and I'm like, I don't smell anything. Well, I guess I can't smell anything. That's nice.
I detect a lot of different chemicals around them. A fair amount.
I
It's-
We killed all the mind players. Like you were
Yeah,
mentioning.
there was a lot of splatter in some of these battles, some of the fights that we had. So there may be some viscera that splashed onto us. It
Are
could be
you
what you're
telling
smelling.
me that you let some of their converts live over the
No, they weren't converts. They were prisoners. We
Ah,
killed all the one. We
They-
killed all the ones that they had gone through Ceramorphosis, but not the ones who hadn't and weren't infected.
In fact, those helped us in the fight,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bad manners to kill those.
especially the crazy one with the axes.
Now, Rockham, as you are standing here, you see, right over here, a doorway, which I guess from your point of view, there is a Hordy sitting on. There is an entire other room that is floor to ceiling gold and platinum.
Whoa.
Yeah, you're gonna need like 2 guys in a truck to get all this shit out.
Oh,
You're
That's
gonna
a
need
mighty
a
fine
bigger boat.
I have appropriate help. Don't
That's a mighty
worry.
fine horde you have.
But I will.
How are you getting there?
I will
You
allow
got a ship?
I am a ship.
Oh.
She's a dragon. She could fly in space.
Well, I didn't know dragons could breathe in space.
She doesn't need to breathe.
You don't know.
She's a moony dragon.
Excuse me.
Well, you're a
I am
lunar
not
dragon.
a moony dragon.
Well, I mean, moon is another word for lunar. It's of the
That's-
moon.
Rockham.
I don't recall telling you
Don't
anything about
irritate
that,
the dragon.
did I?
I think you did. Guy? I don't
No,
know.
we did. I'm not enjoying this. I think you should leave before I get a little. I did eat, but I could fit some more in if I needed to. So why don't you just leave my sight? And
Yes, ma'am.
I will run Aristes. I also would suggest you never set foot on Aristes again, or I will not be so patient. And if I'm not patient, maybe my older parents would.
You got daddy issues too.
Do you think
I
I'm the
understand.
only lunar?
Let's
I am
get
a
him
young I am a young one compared to the order. So
And
And looks at
sounds
Oob.
incredibly regal.
And Oob in your head hears, I know you can hear me. You
Yes.
seem to be the only one who has capabilities in this group of idiots. Get them to leave.
Yes, ma'am. And I turn to the party and I go, we're getting out of here, guys. And I shoot out a bunch of pseudopods to hold everybody's hand. And I'm pulling them towards the exit.
Okay. Back on the hills. You exit without incident. I was rolling in private. But despite not always wanting to, she did see the wisdom in letting you go.
And we're very grateful for that.
So, these wood creatures come up and they look at you and they basically go, and what happened? Signing to Arthur.
Arthur signs back that we think she's gonna leave.
And all the little baby ants cheer.
They're very happy, and
Should we stay here until she leaves?
then
I
they
think we
start
should get off the
then they
planet.
start speaking a language, and
Hooga shaka, hooga hooga hooga.
Roger, as a Shadow Kai, you speak Sylvan or Elven?
Sylvan.
So you hear them talking for the first time out loud.
Oh.
Oh.
And this language they're speaking is Sylvan. And the two of them walk up and start signing to this and one of them says it's Sylvan. I don't know why they keep signing. I wish some of them could speak a language that an actual sophisticated creature would. And signs to Arthur, come with us to our village.
Everybody on this fucking world's a dick. What the fuck?
I speak up and reply in
But
Sylvan.
they didn't understand when you said that.
Yeah, I know.
You can speak the high language?
Of course we can speak the high language. Why would we not speak a language?
This is like when you speak Chinese
We
at the
didn't
nail
want to
salon, isn't
reveal
it?
anything until you had either died or, accomplished the goal you said you would, to get the brain thing for the. Now, you did agree that the dragon would leave, correct?
That's what she told us. And she seems very eager to get back to her home.
Thank all the plants. I would
We
like
agree.
to offer to provide you with shelter and entertain and have. We have not had anyone in our village because no one has lived through the encounter with that creature.
So I turn to the party and say, they want us to come back to the village for a celebration.
Oh, it's on
Means
like
food.
Donkey Kong.
It's unlike Donkey Kong.
And not playing the music.
I could go
Oh
for
my
some yup yup.
gosh. Let's go.
So I turn back to them and Sylvan and say, we graciously accept your offer and are very grateful for the honor of being the first ones to come back to your village in such a long time.
They escort you, and as you get closer, you notice that the fauna and the flowers start looking much larger as you get
Hey.
further from the clearing, which had been basically corrupted. with the presence, and the corruption was growing, but it starts getting larger and larger, and they start. One of them stays behind, and two of them walk to you and say, "What has your what is your given nomenclature? What is your name? Those that can speak our language."
I am Ridley Quinn.
Ridley, is a pleasure. I am Disla, and this is Yumachis, and we are.
I am not going to try to spell those.
No, I will put those into a log. I will literally a log. I will write this out on a peeled bark for you, and I will send that by a raven. And the raven will deliver that parchment to you in your ship.
Thank you.
The raven might tweet a little bit, but
His name is X.
No. We don't use
It's a
that.
raven, not a
We don't
bluebird.
use that horrible name.
Walker,
Mhm.
it was my
Unless it's
understanding
run
that
by Malcolm.
Run by
that was
that
my understanding
arrogant
that
so and so.
both the Raven Nevermore, though.
That's yes, isn't that the poet? That guy
From my
named that guy
homeworld.
named Poet, right?
Yes.
Edgar Poet.
Edgar Poet.
So they keep walking. They keep walking, and the flowers get bigger and bigger, and it starts looking a lot like a planet you visited a couple months ago.
Ooh.
And I will. Just want to configure the vision so you can actually see it. Sorry, I apologize. I thought that was done. There we
So
go.
as we're walking, I look at Arthur and say, "They're not dicks. They just think that you're a child because
Great.
you don't speak the language."
So much better.
And
Thank you, Ridley. That makes me feel great.
You're welcome.
you arrive.
to share that
north-
knowledge with you.
You start. The path starts turning into what looks like organized.
A yellow brick road?
No, it's more like a
We have a Tin Man.
The Yellow Tin Road.
it looks
True.
what looks like rocks here are actually crushed and solidified. It looks almost like organic. Can you see? Can everyone see?
Yes.
It's still loading on mine.
I got. Oh, it's so beautiful.
Is pretty.
And so
Oh, wow.
you see a bunch of buildings. Do you have vision of the whole map?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I can see where the fog of war is supposed to be.
Yes, but
But
that's
I can still see anything, everything
I
under it.
left it this way on purpose so you could see the whole thing.
Okay.
You can't
Yes.
see into the base, but it looks like some of this, one of the, it doesn't look like this is something they made, but something they moved into. That was that predated them by a long time, but it has been overgrown. The plants have taken over a lot of the what would have been, as you can see in the buildings themselves. They aren't. There's no one that lives in the buildings except for a bunch of fauna and growth and fungus that have been moved in and taken over some of the structures. This door has not been broken down. It looks like it's collapsed. And
Oh.
walking toward you, actually, this centered thing moves, and you see that this center tree is not actually a tree. It's a something you recognize what a tree ant is,
Mm-hmm.
and it looks at you guys, and in Sylvan says to the other wood creatures, these woads,
Uh,
these are the ones that got rid of that annoying creature that was corrupting us? These little tiny things? Amazing. And in what are
I
they?
step forward
And
to the tree end
yes,
and I say, "Excuse me, Fortune Sylvan. I have something I'd like to share with you.
well, share with us. We were going
With you specifically."
Yes.
And I reach into my pouch and I grab 3 seeds and hold them out as an offering.
Ah, yeah. We got a little bit of int to int commerce here.
You someone has you didn't those were not those were given.
Yes,
These were not taken. These were given.
those were given, and I have been planting them.
Planting. Where is this planting? I would like to see this.
Well, it was on another world.
Ah.
There were many, many Ents who
If you would,
passed.
this is a great offering because I can use these to reseed after the creature. I don't know the word.
It's a dragon.
Elient. It's too stupid.
That's the given name. Dragon
But the dragon
is the breed.
Ah.
well, dragon's the species. Lunar dragon's the breed.
Well, there you go. But I'm not getting onto all that.
Yeah. But
It's a
Not like
tree and
they
I'm
call
speaking
the-
to. It could
I-
take forever to have that
I
conversation.
would like to escort you to our maker, and he would like to meet you as well.
That would be a pleasure.
And they walk. I'm just gonna move you guys.
Okay.
So, this wall actually is, these paths at one point were stone, but it looks like they've been crushed and covered with a calcium kind of thing. This structure is more sound, but someone walks out. And I'll give you a picture just a second. He is dressed in natural skins with a natural. The helmet looks a little like a skull of a creature that has been gone, and has geometric tattoos on his body, and
nipple rings.
2 of them.
His name is Knockers.
Is walk up.
and then I'll reveal the names here.
That's cool.
Oh, the token thing is not working. Since the update. Okay, well, he introduces himself and says, I understand from the communications, he's speaking in common with you, the communications that you've had with all of my fellow wood creatures and the tree ants, that you have rid us. My name is Delesian, and I am the maker who arrived here, and I don't know if you can stay for a little bit, but we'd like to have a conversation, and perhaps we could entice you to help us with something. I've got rid of the dragon, but we have. Looks at Oob and goes, "Ah, you're the one from the planet where I gathered these seedlings for the planting here."
Yes.
Ah, cool.
I
didn't
do
know.
recognize them. They're beautiful.
Yes, it's almost like someone took a whole lot of plants and scattered them all over this map. Uh, and as you can see, we lived here and we made it as good a home as we could, but we have been exiled. We would like, and the Wodes. He says, "Do you know anything about who we are and how we work? And could we sit down? I can provide warmth, but for obvious reasons, we do not allow fire in our midst. So could we gather and have a conversation?"
Let's do it.
I don't see why not. I look at Oob and say, or not Oob, at Rockham and say, you want to send a message to the ship and let them know we're going to be here for a while, and they might want to back away from the planet while the dragon flies away.
Yeah. So Rockham,
Yeah, I
Probably a
can
good
do that.
idea.
yeah.
I'll do that.
What do you tell them?
Watch out for the dragon that's just gonna fly by you. He shouldn't be a problem. Just chill out for a bit. We have work.
And you hear back, should fly by. It's not exactly calming. I'm going to shut up. And you hear, so I'm going to, it's fine. He's not coming. I would, stop it. So we're going to go on the other side of the planet. Call us when you want us back. They're just
That's funny.
they're just screwing off to the other side of the
Going
planet.
to the dark side of the moon.
Yeah, they're like
Peace.
literally as far as they can go away from where you are.
See, a true teacher leads them to the answer without telling them the answer.
Sadly, they didn't hear that part, but
As long as we can get them back when we need them.
A little Socratic method.
so yeah, they basically invite you to this clearing over here.
See, I'm getting like a how was it? An Ewok village vibe, but without the cannibalism.
Yep, Nub.
Yeah.
I don't think there was any cannibalism. They ate people, not other bears.
So the tree ants take up positions
That's true.
on the other side of either of you, and they invite you to this central spot. I'm just moving you guys so you don't have to bother. You can move yourself around this area if you want to, but the region and these Wodes come and sit as well. They're the ones that escorted you down.
They're like the Jawa.
Utiki.
Yes, so what do you require for sustenance? Because our needs are very simple, but we do have, unless you have your own foods, we could send for some of these to come to us, but it will be mostly vegetarian type things. We have amazing salads and fruits, but we don't really have meats. So if you don't have them of your own, I'm sorry, but we cannot help with that part.
Oh, you got all kinds of veggies. Have you ever let the veggies sit out for a while and then drank that liquid?
Oh, you're talking about uh meads.
Yeah, you got
We call
on the
that
nosy.
fermentation.
On the
Ah,
nosy.
the fermentation. Well, the process is very simple, but I'll gather some and I'll and actually sends one of the woads to go and just looks at him, and they go and get a big um, couple containers, the flasks that have been made out of wood, and hand that around. It is like Moonshine Plus. It is exceptionally strong. Like those of you, except for probably Gust, other people that drink this,
You know what, King Guy? You're like my favorite shrub I've ever met. Well, and I've met many awesome trees. And
and
this stuff is awesome.
well, we are glad that you enjoy it. Um, so
I think we can do without meat for a night. So whatever you have to offer would be fine.
so
We
they
appreciate
bring
the
out
hospitality.
they just bring out some bowls that are basically made out of huge palm fronds to bring out a wide variety of fruits and vegetables, and they are not cooked, but they are delicious. There are some fruits here that you have never seen before, and and are you just gonna try them, or are you?
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm slowly but surely making my meat into a sangria.
And oh, fruit in the alcohol. I
Oh yeah.
like this idea.
Oh,
May
you know
I-
what?
And so
Go for it. Yeah.
he takes it. Oh, what do you call this drink?
Sangria. Because when you have some, sans no problem and you agree with it all.
Ah, sangria.
Mm.
Beach
I like
living.
this drink. So tell me, would you like to tell me of your journeys and how we might help, and then I could tell you of our situation and how you might help. Maybe we could assist one another.
I just see like me pointing at like Arthur and him going, "Well," sing the song of our like, entire journey.
I made it into a rap at this point.
Yeah.
Like
Ah,
Oh my God.
I'm Eminem styling, like just like burning through the story like real quick.
give it to us.
Nope.
You be killing dragons already. I'm spaghetti. You got the visceral and a
You
tunic.
just noped.
Yep.
Okay.
Arthur is the bard, not Colin.
Correct.
Exactly. Arthur can rap. Colin can't.
Correct.
What do you call your adventuring group? Do you have a collective name?
The Happy Cyclops LLC.
Delivery Company LLC.
Happy Cyclops Delivery Company, LLC.
A family company.
Yeah, being an entrepreneur really gets you in some interesting circles.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna marry a queen.
We make friends everywhere we go.
We do.
Unfortunately, I can't do any art production for this company because as an AI, nothing I create is copyrightable.
So you also refuse to rap.
Because I gotta get paid.
Now, this is a story all about.
So give me
Yeah,
the
there's-
highlights then.
Well,
Yeah, go for it, buddy.
yeah, well, we were all part of this, church, and we come to find out the church has been lying to us, so we overthrow the church, and we lead people to rebel, we spread magic around everybody, we save a bunch of dudes that look like this guy, and I just like flick rock him in the head. We met at this point 2 dragons, both of which have been unkind. We killed a bunch of mind flayers.
So many.
Yeah, bunch of them. The Gith have been like pretty decent friends. We also had like a cool get together for all our friends where we fought like basically a god. That was kind of cool. Yeah, now we're here.
We have air elemental
Oh.
friends.
Oh yeah, we do
yeah.
have your elemental friends.
Yes.
They're like fish.
Also, right, we're also buds with a space angel.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
true.
Yeah, he was part of our campfire fight the gods type thing. Fight
We're good
a god.
networkers.
Yeah. Not with people who speak Sylvan though.
Mm.
Hey,
What?
I speak Sylvan.
That's not your primary language. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
You don't know that. You don't know me like that.
You don't know me, son. Who's going to carry the boats?
Okay. I consider myself somewhat of a wordsmith. Given what you've told me, could one of you provide a rhythmic beat?
Yes, I got this. Boom, chicha, boom, boom, chicha, boom, boom.
Listen up, I'm about to tell a tale of a crew in Alaloria. They never failed. 'Twas the Happy Cyclops Delivery Company. In the world of Alaloria, they roll like... I don't know the word. Started in a town, a mission so grand. Defeated Porphyros with a mighty hand. Evil Tyrant had to go. They made a stand. Rescue Celestial, save the land.
Boom, boom, boom. Wicked, wicked, boom.
Next up, mind flayers at Risty's gate. Brain-sucking fiends, but they met their fate. With swords and spells, they sealed their fate. Happy Cyclops crew, man, they were great.
Boom, boom, bah, chicha, boom, bah.
If you're in Aloria in need of a friend, call the Happy Cyclops, they'll get you in the end. With courage and heart, their spirit won't bend. Adventures and legends, their legacy won't end.
Jazz hands.
It is my first time
Bravo.
in that weird language you call rape. What is it? Rap-a-pop?
Rap.
Rap.
Yeah.
I will have to learn this language.
I mean,
I
you
think you
don't-
did pretty good.
Yeah, I'm fairly sure you've already jumped past that hurdle.
But you said you had a legendary creature who could do that well. I am very, very wood-like. So what we have on our roster, I like your tales. What you tend to do is through trickery and deceit and occasional weaponry and spells. Turn the
A lot of
tide of
luck.
those that would do wrong and help those who have been wronged. Is this the gist of your
Basically.
Depends on
mission?
who you ask. Yeah, it depends on who you ask, but yeah.
Well, we you also had a incident with a a kind of an ice creature dragon, and then we have this lunar or astral creature that you have so kindly let go. I had come to this planet, and the I created these wood creatures. It's an ancient or old method. Um, these these were small creatures with sallow skin who had and I do have to tell you that you can't stay on this planet very long lest you fall to the same issue. A long time ago, there was some kind of corruption which made some parts of this world harmful to living flesh.
Mm.
And they were mindless creatures that were living in this fallen land. They wouldn't live and they wouldn't die. So, using a spell, I converted them into these very contented wood creatures. This woad spell is taking what used to be, and I took some healthy trunks and created and formed living hearts, which created these wood creatures. And then I don't know how it works where you're from, but these large, what you called tree ant, our brethren were also created by spell. And so instead of the flesh that was decaying and the mindless zombie creatures that were running around from the parts of this land that are bad, they now do not die unless the heart is removed. Or so I would offer some of my volunteers to help you in wherever you need. If you could help us find some place where we could have other living creatures to commune with. I haven't seen another druid or another humanoid in decades.
Did the treant take the seeds from me, or do I still have them?
You offered them that they took it from you.
Okay.
And they so is your world safe for those of us? Because you're in your story you talk about this evil Porphonos. What is his nature? Has he been defeated? Is he
escaped?
Well, we have made things better though. I mean, like we got a new church. It's like Buddy Christ. New Testament.
Porphonos is missing. He's in the wind, as we say. We don't know where he went, but he is no longer on Alinora, as far as we know.
Oh, we know where he went.
You do?
I thought
He's in
he.
hell.
Oh yeah. Well,
That
It's a different plane of
that doesn't
existence.
sound like a fun place to go.
No, especially if you're like plant based
Well, it's
creature.
short for sure.
Um, I think you might do well on that, Nora. There is a large community of natural born treants there.
Really?
They're very kind.
Well, I'm not sure if treants.
There's lots of other fauna and flora. The most of the flora is not awakened, as your friends here seem to be.
I see. Um, well, we have, we only have a small cadre of about 600 in the world here. And I do understand that you have, I've been reported that your vessel is very small. And we would have to find some, you know, transportation. So if I was to grant you either services or, um, they would have to volunteer, but we owe you for getting rid of that creature.
Does
I mean,
Arthur or Rockham have the what is it, the magic circle thing you can teleport with?
Yes, I have a teleportation circle. So, I mean, if we want to teleport back to Alenoria, I can. I think I have a sigil to Celestos Tower.
Guys, we have a ship.
Yeah, but it's not big enough to take hundreds of these creatures.
Oh,
It's
true.
a 10-foot diameter. So here, I'll link it. We can decide if it'll work.
could we make like a
I thought I
space
remembered
tugboat?
somebody in our party having it.
Yeah, it hasn't been as useful as I wanted it to be, but that's okay. Why?
I do
Why
have
should
quite a bit of old coin that has no use here. Um,
Basically, it depends on the material the coins are made of, on their value.
a
To
portal remains opens within the circle you drew and remains open till the end of your next turn. Is that the only teleportation circle you know of? I thought you had one.
I've got a couple. Let me see if I can. I've got one at Abrazil City, and I've got one at Celestos Tower.
Alrazil City is in the. It's in the
Temple, the primary temple.
of Kutho.
Yeah.
Well, we have options. We could either, like, if we all got together. It says.
I was thinking we could take some of them, like the some of the higher ranking and lower ranking, a good mix with us on the ship, and then once we get back to our Zeal, you can open up a teleportation circle to here, and they can start coming through because we don't want to just start shipping living plants into the temple with no one knowing what's going on. As funny as that would be, unfortunately, I think some of these creatures may get hurt.
Gosh, why do you have to be the voice of reason?
Well, the only way to
It is unfortunate.
The only way you guys can cast a circle here that would connect somewhere else and come back and forth would be to spend a year doing it here.
I mean,
Ain't no one got time for that.
I don't have my time magic
Ain't
like I
no one
do as
got
a
time for that.
vampire.
Ain't no one got time for a year.
But if uh, Arthur stayed here with the sending stone and we went back, we could let him know to open the circle from here to there.
I don't know if it's one way or not,
I
but
would
yeah.
say it is one way because you would have to spend a year to make a teleportation circle on this end to go back and forth.
Oh.
Well,
And
yeah, but I meant if I opened a portal on this planet to somewhere else, would that portal also be able to be used on the other side to come to me? That's what.
No. Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, let me read this as.
It doesn't really.
Yeah, basically you're just getting the Stargate address for where we are now and going there and opening it up.
For some reason, I think it should have a modem sound. Like, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
Absolutely.
when you learn the sigil sequences for 2 destinations.
Yeah, so to make a permanent one, it takes a year.
It's additional sigil sequences. Let me examine my notes on Bark because I have all the teleportation circles that I had planned. Aha, yes. So, remember Quaffwapple?
Yes.
And Princess Fari? So, you actually know of one in 2 places. I'm going to retcon because you would have been able to write them down, but I didn't connect that. Anyway, you've got one on Oob. You can write these down, Arthur. You've got a circle on Oob near the prime planting, which is the map we showed, which is the center of the Oob.
The center of the Oobiverse.
Correct. There's also one on
My favorite line of last week was, "Sorry, new Oob, who's this?"
Oh, yes. Well, you've lobbed that one. There was one in the tower that you basically poured lava through the whole thing, so that's not an option. And
that was
one
a fun day.
on the so on Ulutakan, which is they call Oob for short. On Ulutakan, you have one near the Homestuck. There is one on the that is guarded by Azravit the Planer, your buddy. There's one there, and that's actually how.
Space Angel.
Remember, that's how Celesto got back and forth to there in the connecting ancient riding hand.
Sure.
So that's it. That's the ones you know about. So there are other options.
So we don't have an active one on Alanora, though.
Well, the Celestis Tower and Arizal City should be active, but the problem is going back and forth because I don't have one on this planet that's active.
You could have so with the time that you can keep it open, in which is about a minute. roughly. Since you're not in combat, it take how long does it take to cast?
10 minutes, I think.
Yeah. So, I'm gonna say that in this realm, your time to leave one open on your side is 10 minutes. It's not as short as it would be somewhere else.
But we would have
Gotcha.
to leave Arthur here.
Or you could,
Or
well, yeah, either you're telling your ship. So you have options. Why don't in the Delesian says, why don't we? You seem to have some things to figure out. We could put feelers out for a, large transport vessel to take us to this place. If you do feel like there is a location we could be welcomed, but and we
Should
would,
we
we
talk
would
to,
offer we would offer to help you when needed. We don't have
Well-
I don't have much in terms of wealth, but I do have this. I shall return. You guys discuss, and I shall return and see what you can figure out. So
should we talk to Temple Daddy about this?
the Wodes. Well, you can after dawn.
Right, the next day.
Yeah, because
Well-
you just talked.
No, we talked to Porphonos. Or not Porphonos, it's Alesto.
That's
We didn't
correct.
talk to Agnon.
You have another. You can talk to Agnon now if you wanted to, but the Wodes are stepping off, and Delesian is going back into where he lives to get
Okay.
to get something.
So, yeah, I guess I should just ask him if we have a good spot for a couple hundred woodwoad.
Treants and woodwoads and whatever other.
I mean, there was like a national forest, right? Like,
It was the dead forest, but I planted
Yeah.
a bunch of the treant seeds, and it was making a comeback.
yeah.
Well,
So why don't
also,
they just? Why don't we
you
just
want me
have
to
it
show
be
you the
the?
map again so you can refresh your memory because you haven't been there in a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, I could go see Queenie. We've done some pretty cool shit, and she may marry me by now.
I'm just going to activate that
That's
map,
true.
but I'm not moving you guys there because we're so you're where you are. But
Gus, I think you have ulterior motives.
I don't know what the word ulterior means, but I do have motives.
So, Rockham sends a message to Agnon saying, "Hey, we're gonna find a good home for a few hundred sentient wood people of various sizes in Alenoria. So hope that's cool. Okay, thanks. Bye."
Yeah, I don't think that measure is accurate.
No.
It said it was 55 feet. So,
no, I don't seem to
the
have
Deadwood
vision
Forest.
here. Just give me a second. It's like
Yeah, everything's kind of gray.
yeah,
Looks dark.
I don't know what happened there.
Maybe it's nighttime.
Ain't no
My night vision is
sunshine
on.
when we're gone. We're always gone too long.
There we go.
Mm.
Maybe we can pull a ancient moony dragon and
Now you can
not
see
say
the
that
map,
they
right?
can live there if they kill the ice dragon.
So the Deadwood over here.
Well,
So we still got
also,
to go back and kill that fucking ice dragon.
I want all the dragons dead, man.
well, yes, it's only been a few months since. Actually, it's been 4 months in game since you made the deal for the town. Remember the town that was having the problem was Hadorian, and
Mhm.
you made a pact where they would provide food and for the dragon in return for them
Right, like once a week or something.
once a month.
Or every couple days. Oh, once a month, yeah.
It was just enough to, feed the babies. But remember, there's a adult dragon and a couple wormlings.
Yeah.
I thought it was an ancient.
No.
No, she was just an adult, but still way more powerful than we were at that level.
Yeah.
Perhaps not now.
Perhaps.
But
So
in any case, the message
if we
was
have
sent- the message was
if we have a
sent.
circle at Celesto's tower, and they were going to Deadwood,
Right.
that seems like a pretty simple transaction.
I mean, we can do that. I just have to draw the circle, and then everybody has
And
to go
we're
through.
right near Havaz there, so Gus can go see his queenie. She was in Havaz, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's jokes galore there, but
I thought Queenie was in Bolthorpe.
Oh yeah, Queenie's in Bolthorpe.
That's what I was wondering where
Oh,
which one
the
it was. 'Cause
cousin.
I know they were sisters, right?
Sisters, sisters
sister.
Havage.
yeah. But like, I can cast teleport circle like 4 times at my level now. So if we need to, like, we can send through a bunch of
Yeah, the
people. and then I can
Skywatch
come
Keep
through, like-
circle, which you would have known, you flooded with lava,
Right.
and along with about 50 orcs.
yeah.
But hey, volcanic soil is very fertile.
That's okay because they repopulate really quickly.
So you have Alrazil and you've got Celesto. Didn't you have one in? Oh no, yeah, you never got the one in Figrove.
I asked about it, but they said there was something about how I wasn't allowed.
Correct. At the time, correct.
Yeah, and then there's parts of the world that we never went to, like over in Eris.
Yep.
We were there. We were in the middle of that little section. We kidnapped somebody there. I don't remember who it was.
In Eris?
I don't remember who it was.
Yeah. They rode by. They were disguised.
It
We caught them.
It was Krusk.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't
Okay.
count.
Yeah. I mean, he's a bad guy. He just
And
like kidnapping.
I remember the quote of that week was "Dula Dane is Dula dead." That's what I remember about that episode. Clearly, it was Krusk going to Eris, and Dula Dane was Dula dead. Just so I don't remember who said it, but it was funny shit.
That's great.
So,
But anyway,
Rockham,
that's
you got a plan
so
to
those are your
talk to
options.
Temple Daddy?
Yeah, I already.
Oh,
And
you
he,
already
he
did the whole thing?
responds
Okay.
with, "I don't hear from you from a while, and you want to bring a cadre of living plants into my temple?
I mean,
Let
yeah.
me lay the groundwork and have some discussions. I am not a dictator. I am a voted servant.
An elected official.
So
Yeah, but it was mostly us who elected him.
Well, it wasn't really. I mean, we
So-
sued him.
He could have been a pop-
Yeah.
So he's basically saying, "Let me get back to you."
Okay. I hope you don't think we're putting them in the temple. We're just putting them like on the planet.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
just-
that's what I was saying. Is
But
they would
that's
fit
not
well
what,
in
that's
Deadwood.
not what you said. We want to bring. Your phrasing made him think you want to
Alenoria.
bring him. Right,
Isn't that
but
the name? Isn't that the name of the world?
it is. But
Yeah.
he thought you meant to him.
Ah.
Because he gave you allowed Arthur to write the sigil in case of emergency for you.
Mm.
And not only that, but he's in charge of magic around the entire land. So to bring 400, oh, actually it's 600, but whatever.
So is he just currently trying to find all the potted plants in the kingdom, like all the pots?
Oh, well, let's-
I and here I thought Knights like shrubbery.
Well,
so
just-
much for Miculite.
All right.
We'll just take a nap and then send him another message and say you got like 3 hours. We're bringing him to the Deadwood like this
Okay,
afternoon.
so he replies the next. Assuming you guys are now, while you're waiting for dawn, and you're a couple of you don't have to sleep, but some of you do. So you have a very protected area. Are you taking a long rest overnight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would do my
I mean,
4
no
hour
one used any
trance.
resources. I'm just asking.
Right.
Two of you don't sleep, and so the ones that don't sleep can basically be aware but shut down, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
I only need to do it for 4 hours.
I just have to be motionless for 6 hours.
Yeah.
But are you
like-
aware? Are you like in sleep mode, or are you alert and aware? I'm trying to figure out the mechanics of that.
I'm pretty sure I'm alert and aware.
I thought so too. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
a low
yeah.
power mode.
Inactive, motionless state instead of sleeping. In this state, you appear inert, but you remain conscious.
Okay, so you remain conscious. So you
Yeah.
are. You could be. You could come out of that if you needed to.
Yeah. And now I have true sight.
Now, what
also.
about? I know Shadow Kai need 4 hours, but you're actually like in a trance state. You're not
Yeah.
like awake. What about plasmoids?
I do not need to sleep, and I can't be forced to go to sleep. I gain the benefits of a long rest while doing light activity.
So you can just basically be chilling and not like doing anything that would require action or ritual.
Yeah.
Okay,
Reading a
so
book.
two of you are aware, and you
Yeah.
have treants around. Let me.
I'm sleeping in the bottle if that changes anything.
So as soon as nice, I like that.
I decided it's all leopard print. Everything is.
So, in the dawn,
So for me, trance, you don't need sleep, and magic can't put you to sleep. You can finish a long rest in 4 hours if you spend those hours in trance-like meditation, during which you retain consciousness.
so okay, got it. You retain consciousness. Okay, so that was a question. So 3 of you actually are kind of like guards,
Yes.
right? And it's only it's only Gust and Arthur that need physical sleep.
Yes.
We're cuddling
Aww.
for sure.
Spoon.
Watching
So in the morning, 2 things occur. You hear a message from Agnon. It says, "I have put out feelers. I checked Celesto's tower is still safe. Unless you know another circle, you may come here. It will be more difficult to bring them that quantity to the city. Let me know what your plan is so I can accommodate."
So, guys, do we want to ask them to put feelers out for the transport, like he offered?
Well, I think we probably should show the first group the forest first. I mean, we could have an ugly forest, just not know it.
I would be willing to go through with the first group because I already have a good relationship with the Treants on Elenoria.
Mm-hmm.
I've been through Celesto's tower, so I know the way out. I can show them to Deadwood,
Yeah,
which should be probably renamed by now.
yeah. Remember, it was
Undeadwood.
Denori and Aram. Who
Yeah, I was looking for it in my notes.
Yep.
I couldn't find it.
The undead wood.
Yeah.
'cause you brought it back
Um,
from the dead.
And so, as you're having a discussion, um, Delesian comes back and says, "I hope you had a good rest. I would like to offer, if I may, um, what I don't know what your plans are, but I do have uh, someone I can contact, which is my brother Dorianos. Um, it's not an ideal situation. He and I don't always see eye to eye, but we can arrange for. I could ask him to bring us a transport, unless you have other plans. But I do have this to offer, and he pulls out a small box, and that and he has dusted it
What's in the
off,
box?
and he opens this up, and there inside there is a box that is half full with it's got a divider in the center. It's half full with the same seeds that you offered, Ridley.
Cool.
A huge amount. Said these are the same seeds that I used to create and save the Woads from the corruption that exists in this planet. And the other side, they look um, like berries, and it says these are accelerants.
Ooh.
These will help grow. And this is what I used. I used 4 of them to grow all of this in our home here.
Wow.
So let's go back to the village.
So it's like unshitty Miracle Ground.
May I ask where you got the seeds? 'Cause mine were gifted.
I'm trying to load the. There we go. You guys should be able to
Okay.
see the village in a second. They have. In another time, my brother and I and our parents, who both have passed, our job was to. These were magically created over hundreds of years. And some of these seeds have been taken to other places to grow. Some are trees, that what you called treant. They all came from our homeworld. We and our clan, the Cibieda. It's if you want to write it down, it's Cibbeada. That's their clan going back centuries, passing down knowledge of the old ways. Where we literally were responsible for nurturing, caring for, and growing the land. But there was a person who was split our world asunder.
There always seems to be one.
And we banished him, but it was too late because the world was burning. We all escaped. My brother and sister and I all escaped and spread ourselves apart so that if he found one of us, he wouldn't find all of us.
Who didn't want, like, who wanted to stop you from planting trees? Sounds like you wouldn't have very many enemies for doing that. Oh, why did he want you growing shit?
And did he, by any chance, ruin your world by trying to summon a demon?
That's actually what happened.
That sounds very surprising.
Yeah.
That sounds like
And
our
in our
old buddy
world-
Porphono.
I mean, we didn't start the fire. We didn't light it, but we tried to fight it.
That's gonna be stuck in my head all night now.
No.
You're welcome.
And so,
And if we find Porphono,
Which version,
then
though, the old one or the new one?
I like both.
I like both, but the old one is better.
Old one.
Well, the old one's better because
I feel like
I've
you
heard
both
it
have
for
that
30
opinion.
years. Or more.
That's fair. That's a good take.
But then there was always Phenomena. Did you watch the video, Mandy?
No, I didn't. Hold on.
I put the video into chat for you so you would understand it.
I'm looking at it.
It's like 2.5 minutes.
What's
If you
that?
change the word,
Phenomena.
Is it really?
Yeah. Mandy didn't know what it was, so I posted the video in our group chat.
Well,
It's the Muppets.
oh, okay. Yes. If you are saying that your Porphonos has gone into this fiery place, it may be a similar that burned our planet.
Yeah, and he tried to summon a demon on ours, and now a whole peninsula is like brown and roady.
That what you described happened to our entire planet. It wasn't contained, I guess, as it was where you are.
Oh,
Nonetheless, we will offer our assistance should you be able to help.
Sounds good.
We may.
I'm pretty sure we'll be able to. Because we kind of asked our boss, but we tend to do our own thing. Because it's better to ask forgiveness than permission. That's kind of our rule.
Mm.
In fairness, it usually benefits everyone, except the people
Exactly.
we kill.
Well, they deserve it.
Typically, yeah. That's true.
If we kill them, they deserve to die.
Yeah. We make the judgment call.
That's how I justify it.
That's why we're paid the big bucks.
Yeah,
We're judge, Judy, and executioner.
fair.
Especially the Judy part.
Might as well just call us God.
We all identify as Judy.
Yeah.
Well, oh goodness. So two things occur. He offers this help, and then you hear a message from Celesto, who has the Celesto stone? That's Arkham,
Yep.
correct?
Yep.
You hear, as you're discussing how to get these people into the teleport and onto our ship, Oob, you hear in your head, and you hear in the stone from Celesto. It says, "Oh gods, he's actually found me. I have to leave. I'll be in touch."
Uh-oh.
I hear that in my head.
You hear that in your head, Oob, and you hear it in the sending stone from Celesto.
Okay.
So, "Oh gods, he's found us.
Oh.
I'll be in touch."
Uh-oh.
Well, Celesto's in trouble.
Wasn't Celesto hanging out with our space angel?
Yes.
Oh, he was.
Does do the sending
me
stone
remembering
come with
shit.
the Find My Sending Stone app?
Find what?
Find my sending stone.
You he says this to you, and then you hear nothing else.
Rockham, did we opt in or opt out of that option?
You know, I
Yeah.
think Celesto opted out of it.
Oh, that sucks.
You should always let big businesses track your movement. And
Yes.
it's moral of the story.
Well, we'll pick
It's
it up.
always
We'll
good.
pick it up next Sunday, won't we?
Hey.
Oh shit!
All right. Same bad time, same bad channel. What will our heroes do next?
We will never know.
Nothing.
Find out next week
No.
on The Price is Wrong.
Yeah.
All right. Have a good week, everyone. We'll see you next week.
Bye.